Hey everyone, this is just a quick video to kind of give you an overview of some of the things you'll see when you're here at Ryan Intermediate. Might help get you started. I'm going to try to be here for your first practice and kind of help get you started that way as well and answer your questions. But hopefully this gets you started off on the right foot and gives you a little bit of a clue on what you're going to be doing when you come to Ryan on your first day. Welcome to Ryan Intermediate. This is what you see when you first come in, kind of our lobby. Our FLL Discover teams and a few of our FLL Challenge teams or FLL Explore teams are going to be in the Lighthouse room or room 103, which is right here. And then we have a few more teams that are meeting down at the end of the hall. If you're in room 109 or 301, you are down the end of the hall. So just kind of keep going. And I have a couple of teams meeting in room 109. It's our second art room, which is right here. And then if you're in room 301, I'm just at the end of that hall. I'm just going to turn to the right now. I'm at the end of that hall. I just turned, and it's the first room on the left, room 301. It's actually our second Spanish room. But the majority of you are going to be in our STEM lab. So as I go through the lobby, I'm going to take the first left. I'm going to turn left at that first hallway. And I'll know I'm going the right way when I can see that Michigan map at the end of the hallway. So that's on the way to the STEM lab right there. When we get to the Michigan map, we turn right, and we take that all the way to the end of the hall. And our STEM lab is the last room on the left as we head down that hallway. There we go, room 208, our STEM lab. As you head into the closet, you're going to find these black kind of cabinets that have some shelves on them. You'll notice that the shelves will have your team name on it. If it's got your team name on it, it is your shelf to use. You might see another team name. That's going to be an FLL Challenge team. That's a different team. So just find the one that has your team number on it, and that's going to be your shelf. If you're in one of the classrooms, it'll be in the cupboards, and I'll show you guys that when you get here. On your shelf or in your cupboard, you're going to find a few things. Everything is labeled with your team name on it. So you're going to find your team meeting guide and your engineering notebooks. Okay, the engineering notebooks are waiting for the kids' names to go on it, but your meeting guide has your team name on it. You're going to find your robot brains. They have your name on the bottom on a label. You're going to find your Explore set. That's got your name on it written somewhere, just kind of in marker. And then you're going to have your two essential spike bins that have your name also on it. I've labeled each bin. One says bot 1, one says bot 2. That's just so you can keep tell them apart when the time comes. The same with the robot brains. There's one labeled bot 1, bot 2. It's just so you can tell them apart later. They're exactly the same. They're exactly identical. And I'll explain why you need two of them a little bit later. Let's take a look at a Spike Essential set and see what's in here. This is the programmable part of our robot, and you'll see these in the team meeting guide as some of the things we're going to build with. They're brand new this year, so I don't know a ton about them specifically, but this is your robot brain. This is what all the devices are going to plug into. You've got some ports there that they can plug into. And when we open up the bin, one of the first things you're going to want to do, maybe at your first practice, maybe not quite your first practice, is sort your bin. You've got some directions on how to kind of sort it on that page. These are all stickers. They're going to go in there. It's up to you and your team. I'd like it sorted kind of the same, just so that from year to year they are ready for the next team. But you've got your bins. These are your bags that they've got numbered in the directions. So one of your first jobs is to sort your bin kind of how the directions are. The Spike Essential bins are reused every year. So we do want to keep these organized. We want to keep these Legos separate from all the other Legos because this set needs to stay intact and so it doesn't get mixed in with other Legos. So when you're building with these, you're just building with these and you keep that separate from the rest of the Explorer set. so that this can be reused next year. Let's take a look at our Explore set next. This is not reused every year. This is specifically themed for just this year, and it's to help kids learn about the arts. Let's take a look at what's inside. You're going to find the mat that the kids will build on, and you'll see that in the directions as we go through. You're going to find some Lego building directions of a couple different things that we're going to build. You're going to find some build plates. I actually have more of these so that your kids don't fight over them too much. I'll show you where those are a little bit later. And then you've got a number of bags that are numbered. Now, bags that are numbered 1, 2, and 3 are going to be used as part of your builds. Bag number 4, and there's going to be several of them, are actually used for free building. We'll look at that in the instruction manuals or in the teaching guide in a little bit. I will also tell you, and we'll talk more about this later, but you will use the motors from those kits, from the Spike Essential kits. Just the motors and the robot brain are going to be used as part of the build. The rest of the kit will stay intact, but you will need the robot brain and the robot motors and sensors to build ultimately your final project. We'll talk more about that when the time comes, but I just want to let you know that that is coming. Let's take a closer look at the team meeting guide and see how that works. When we take a look, the first couple of pages are just kind of information. There's a bit of an overview on the different lessons in there. There's also the core values listed and kind of the Explore story to kind of take a look at and share with the kids. If we take a look at the first lesson, it gives us an idea how things are set up. This is a picture of the engineering notebook as the kids will see it in theirs. When I'm trying to think about what lessons I'm going to do, I take a look at the activities they're asking the kids to do, and that kind of guides what I'm looking at. There's ideas around the outside about how to support that lesson as the coach. You can do those things. You don't have to do those things. What our goal is to try to help the kids understand the idea that's at the bottom. At the top of the page, it will talk about what your team needs. Right here, I think it's just talking about pencils. If you take a look on the next page, and I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it's just showing you the Legos. That's going to be your box or your bag for Legos that the kids are going to need because they're going to do some free building, and then they're going to draw some of the ideas that they built. If I go along a little further, you're going to see that that's the Explore set, and so we're going to do kind of our first building. And then if we go a little bit further, you can see a picture of the Explore kit. And that's going to be the essential kit, and that's going to be the actual robot that we're going to use. It will talk about what lesson to do, and we'll explore that a little bit more when the time comes. Those are going to be on the iPads, and it'll talk about lesson 1. We'll explore that together because I haven't connected an essential to an iPad yet to see exactly what that looks like. But they're talking about lesson 1 that'll be on the iPads, and it'll have you build something and then get it to move, and that's how you'll know what to do with the kids. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea about where you're headed with these kids and what you're going to do on that first day. I would probably take the first day. We're going to sort through those Spike Essential kits. The kids are going to want to see those Legos. We're going to take a look at the Explore box. We're going to take a look at the team meeting guide together. We may or may not even do activity 1 on that very first day. We're really going to do some get to know you sort of things. We're going to introduce each other. But day 2, we're going to get right into that first lesson. We're going to start doing some of those lessons and exploring, and we're really going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully this goes great for you. If you need anything, make sure to come in contact with me. I'm here for you, and we're all in this together. Have a great season.